and the ad hoc Dow Finsterwald Day Committee, I want to welcome our honored guests and each of you to this ceremony to recognize the 50th anniversary of Dow Finsterwald Day and to commemorate the first time that Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer ever played golf together. At the conclusion of our ceremony, we will unveil an official Ohio Historical Society marker that will remain on permanent display here at Athens Country Club as a tribute to our very own Dow Finsterwald and to recognize what has been called the greatest rivalry in golf, the intense, lifelong professional rivalry between Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus that began here at Athens Country Club September 25th, 1958.
Pause. Please join me in welcoming our honored guests. The four caddies on September 25th, 1958 were Dow Reikley. Dow, would you please stand? Bill Santor. Larry Snyder. And the world-famous, world-renowned Charles Vanlick. Charlie Vanlick was an accomplished golfer. Gentlemen, you may sit down, please. An absolute delight to be around as he entertained one and all with endless jokes and funny stories. He was a true supporter of Ohio University golf, and we all dearly miss him. Please join me in a moment of silence, please, in honor of our departed friend. Thank you. You can hear that hawk out there. That's Charlie working up a new punchline. Dow Reikley and his lovely wife Shelby, Bill Santor, Larry Snyder and his wife Sandy are here with us today. Please join me in welcoming them back to Athens. You will hear more about each and every one of them because we're going to roast them later. We'd also like to welcome John and Dow Saunders, virtually identical twin sons of Howard Baker and Alice Saunders, Dow Finsterwald's namesake. Please stand, gents. And also, in memory of Howard Baker Saunders, may we have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Hey, welcome to the Saunders family, and thank you for being with us today. Unfortunately, Arnold Palmer could not be with us due to another commitment. Another Skins game someplace, I'm sure. Arnold has favored us with a letter of support and congratulations that we will share with you later in the program. It is with great pleasure that we welcome Jack and Barbara Nicklas as honored guests today. Jack, Barbara. Jack, obviously we cannot thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule on the eve of the Memorial Tournament and also coming back from the NCAA tournaments up in Toledo. Next week is going to be an exciting week for you, and we wish you great weather. Please welcome Jack and Barbara. And last and certainly not least, Athens and Ohio's own Dow Finsterwald. Dow has been an invaluable advisor to our committee in planning this event. Please join me in a warm welcome to Dow and our dear friend. Please give us our highest regards to Linda and the family. And now.
wanted all of you to know how excited Kenny and I were about this opportunity to serve as your MCs today. We were so excited, both of us went out yesterday and got a haircut.
You got chips.
I got the full Monte.
Well, the idea to apply for the historical marker was the brainchild of two of our committee members, Kenny Kerr and Tom Metters. The application, which consisted of about 30-some pages of text, footnotes, annotations, and a bibliography, was expertly prepared by our committee member, Nancy Rue. Nancy's our club historian, past president, and 26-time women's club champion. Once Nancy had convinced the Historical Society that, yes, Dow Finsterwald Day had actually occurred on September 25, 1958, and yes, the events of that day were historically significant, our application was approved and we acquired our marker. With us today are Mr. J.D. Britton of the Ohio Historical Society and Kelly Riesbeck, Director of the Athens Historical Society. Welcome to both of you. Kelly, where are you? Okay. J.D. Britton has some remarks on behalf of the Historical Society. J.D.?
Good afternoon. I can't think of a better place to be than in Athens, especially today. Beautiful weather. I've been to a lot of market dedications, and you can imagine all times of the year. Sometimes it snows, sometimes it rains, and it's always nice when it's outside and there's a lot of sunshine. We've been doing Ohio historical markers at the Ohio Historical Society since 1957, a program that's been around for over 50 years. Our markers are a series of stories, very unique stories. Each one I find terribly significant and terribly interesting. I've been working with the markers program for about 20 years, and I insist that our markers tell a story because I think that people like history if it tells a good story. And this one here is a really, really good story. Maybe it's because I like golf. I love sports. But to have a marker that has Jack Nicklas on it, and Arnold Palmer on it, and Dow Finsterwald on it, is just absolutely fantastic. It was mentioned that there was a 30-page application that went along with this to make the whole thing happen. I read that 30-page application, and it was a fabulous application. It takes a lot of work to make a marker happen. A lot of research, a lot of writing, and then people have to work with me on the whole thing to make these things happen. And then, of course, there's going to have to come up with some money to make the whole thing happen, too. To recognize the achievement of making this marker happen, the Ohio Historical Society has accommodations for two of the sponsors for the marker. One for the Athens Foundation and also one for the ad hoc Dow Finsterwald Day Marker Committee. And it commends them for furthering knowledge and understanding of our state's heritage by placing an Ohio historical marker on May 29, 2009 that commemorates the day when golfing greats Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklas first met on the golf course at Athens Country Club and played as part of its celebration for Athens' native son, Dow Finsterwald, winner of the 1958 PGA tournament. I have two commendations that I will distribute these later. Like I said, I've been to many marker dedications in my life, and I think that this location right here, this is absolutely phenomenal. This is one of the best locations I've ever seen for Ohio Historical Marker. I want to congratulate everybody for making this happen and for placing it right here in this wonderful location.